Welcome to a world where reality gets blurred and dreams take the lead. This is the Daydream Tarot, a surreal and whimsical deck that invites you to drift beyond the veil of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. Each card is a window into a dreamscape, where symbols speak softly and intuition whispers louder than logic. Here the daydreams become guidance and imagination becomes insight. Join me as we explore this enchanting 78-card journey. No guidebook, no boundaries, just you, your inner voice, and a beautifully strange world waiting to be discovered. Let's step into the dream together. Hello me ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. How is everyone doing? It's the start of a week and I'm here, as you would have seen from the intro, to have a look at this strange deck. I say strange because I've not seen anything about it. I think somebody, from memory, because it's been a few weeks, because this has come from America, somebody posted a couple of images in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group and said, anybody familiar with this tarot deck? And I saw some of the cards and I was like, ooh, that appeals to me. Kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, if Deviant Moon had a baby with Dark Mansion or something like that, because there's these characters in this deck. It is by, oh gosh, what was the name? Because there's no illustrator listed, but it's by a company called Cavaro. And I've seen some of their decks before. They did an RWS that was, you know, the plastic cardstock with all the different patterns and everything in it. But I had to really go hunting this down. It's called the Daydream Tarot, the Daydream Tarot deck. And it says a perfect deck for Rider-Waite-Smith lovers who is not afraid of colour and humour in their readings, each exquisitely illustrated in a surreal, dreamlike style that evokes imagination and curiosity. It's not only a treasure for the eyes, it's a treasure for the soul. And it's in this nice, sturdy, two-part box. Very, very sturdy. There isn't a guidebook. Now, reading up, whether this is just a bit of a cop-out, I don't know. It says, no guidebook included. It's to encourage intuitive reading and personal interpretation, ideal for readers who prefer to rely on their own perspective and inner guidance, and fosters a deeper, more instinctive connection with the cards. I mean, I know that, you know, decks that tend to follow an RWS, and it says on the back RWS, but I mean, when we get to the pips, I'm not too convinced, to be honest. I think I would class it more of an illustrated pip deck than RWS, but that's what it says on it. Just realised I didn't like those candles. You know, so decks, for instance, a lot of decks that are from overseas, like Destiny, when they do their decks, you don't get little white books or guidebooks because they tend to follow RWS, and you know, you can buy any book off the shelf for RWS and get the meanings. So yeah, really nice sturdy box. The presentation so far is really nice. Cardstock is thick, and I did read that it was 400 GSM, and they've got a slight sheen to them, but I love the artwork of this. It's a little bit dark, a little bit quirky, and it's the sort of artwork that really appeals to me. I mean, it's called the Daydream deck, and I get probably why, because it does daydreams or even night dreams. It's very, very surreal kind of aesthetic to it. Anyway, let's bring the camera down a little bit so the better or closer up. So I've not seen many people show this deck. I think there's one video out there. They are a standard tarot size. It's funny, you can just know now just by looking that it's standard tarot size before you even get me a little card to use as a benchmark. I do like this back design. It's nice, it's quite simple. It's obviously, if you read reversals, then it's handy for that. The edges are white, so it's not like a card edge. So I don't know if I would edge this with the backs being as they are. I think I quite like it just as it is. So it's a chunky deck, it's quite thick, and we will take a look. So, as you can see, right from the get-go with this fall, it's very surreal, it's very whimsical, and the idea is to have this dreamlike artwork that evokes mysticism and curiosity. Oh, and also Monica Badersky influence. So maybe it's a throuple rather than a couple. Deviant Moon, Monica Badersky, Dark Mansion. I get all those type of vibes. The Magician. And like Deviant Moon, where the landscape is very immersive, this one is too, and you'll see that when you see some of the cards. It draws you in, it invites you into this surreal, imaginative realm. Here's our Emperor, look at him, isn't he a character? Love the Hierophant. I love the Hermit when we get to the Hermit as well. That was one of the cards where I was like, yep, I've got to get this. You can see it's borderless. There is like a greyed out area. It's not a thick set panel, but it's like a greyed out area where to make the font stand out a little bit more. Look at the Lovers. It's like Beauty and the Beast. There's an alarm going off outside. It's really annoying. Hope it's not coming across too distracting. So as you can see, every card is meticulously illustrated, and each one feels like, it's uniformed well, but it also feels like in some cases that each is a piece of art in its own right, but all has this surrealist style. And there's our Hermit. Isn't that epic card? So I don't know, it just feels to me like it offers something beyond the traditional tarot aesthetics. There's our Hanged Man, look at that. And that must really hurt his arms, because that's not a natural position for your arms when you're hung upside down. Love the Death card. See what it means? He has these little skinny legs like you'd see in Shadowlands. Temperance is beautiful. Love that card. And then here's our Devil. Look at the Devil and the Death card together. A little red devil. I'd imagine, love the Tower. It's just a tower with people living there. So I mean, it's a tower, but it's not a tower that's being destroyed in any way yet. The star, love the star card. But these feel really nice quality. I think they'll be quite tough and resilient to getting a lot of use. Oh, look at that. Let's look at the 3 luminaries together. Love all of them. I mean, these two are quite similar in style, with like a child looking up at the star and the moon. And then we get this gorgeous sun card. That's beautiful. Judgment. It's a brilliant Judgment card. And the World. Got ourselves a little mini wannabe Charles Atlas here. And then we go into our minors. So we've got our Ace of Cups. 2. See, I wouldn't class this now as Rider-Waite. Because as you can see here, it's more pip, but scenic pip. 4 of Cups. I mean, I do like it. Look at the little faces in the teacups. Is he a bat? Looks like a bat. I do like the use of colour. It's not vibrant colour, but the colours are strong colours, but we've got this kind of muted kind of effect. Love this. Our 10 of Cups. And then we have our Page, our Knight, Queen, and King. They've got matching backgrounds. And then we have our Pentacles. I love this image. The 2, the woods at night. Oh wow, look at that, the 3 of Pentacles. Oh, the little dog's looking up at him. Yeah, this isn't, I wouldn't refer to this as an RWS deck. I think they probably put that on to excuse not having a book. But for me, that's fine because, you know, I know my numerology of the pips. So we have 7 here, which is new growth. Plus inner conviction, and that's really illustrated well here with these powered up, that new kind of growth expanding, but the inner conviction of her trying to get them all to balance. I do like the earthiness of the Pentacle suit with these woodland areas, and look at that. That's a brilliant image. Our Page. Love this King of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, the very storybook illustrations. Swords. That's off the front of the box, and that is a brilliant 2 of Swords. The 3, no pierced heart. Ah, that alarm has just stopped. 8 of Swords. Now that, you see, yeah, I would get behind that being obviously an RWS image. sword's massive for him. And our final suit is the wand suit. I'm loving the use of red in this deck. It really pops against the more muted colours. That's quite sinister. It's quite menacing. Don't know if it's meant to be, but over here. Wow, look at that. 7 of Wands. So that was the same boy then. So there we are, the Daydream Tarot. I love it. I really do like it. I knew I would when I saw the images, the few images that I saw online. The cardstock is wonderful. 400 GSM, as I said. It's thick, it's tough, it feels resilient. Really nice finish to them. Yeah, and they're comfortable. I know it's a chunky deck with it being 400 GSM, but yeah, I really like this deck. So sometimes you see some images online and then you go on a bit of a hunt, and I found it. It wasn't too expensive. I'm trying to think how much I paid. But then obviously it's come from America as well. Whether you can find it, or now Etsy might have it here as well. But I can't remember exactly what I paid. I'm just having a quick look to see my Etsy account. If it's going to take too long, I won't. Okay, £22. Yeah, so that's not bad at all. £22 for this quality, and as I said, it comes in a nice, very sturdy 2-part box. So yeah, okay. Well, as always, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, not many people have seen this deck because there's not a lot about it out there. So I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on it. And until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.